Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. If this is your first time tuning in, please click that subscribe button down below, and remember, likes go a long way to help support the channel. Today, I wanted to go over and kind of just review my entire vlogging setup that I have here. All of the items that I use for my motor vlogging setup you can find in the link in the description down below. It's taken me a little bit of time to really get this kind of dialed in. I'm still not totally there yet. There is one thing I need to do which kind of changed recently. So I added this Dynojet Power Vision tuner to my bike. If you watch my last video where I review that, I'll have some more information coming out with that, more reviews in depth with it. I'm actually currently running an auto-tune session on it right now, but I digress. The reason I wanted to do this video was to just go over my motor vlogging setup, and the reason why I brought up the Dynojet is because I'd actually moved this camera. I'm not sure if it's a permanent placement. I'm gonna kind of play with that, but that kind of screwed up my audio because it used to be behind the windscreen, and now it's actually out kind of on the handlebar, which catches more wind and kind of messes up what I used as like a background tracking to my audio. It kind of did a good job of picking up motor sounds and stuff, but now it's just grabbing a bunch of wind noise, and it kind of sucks. So I'm working on some other setups for that situation, but I still wanted to go through and kind of give you an overview on what it is that I'm using in my motor vlogging helmet and the camera. So as you can see, first off, I have two GoPro Hero 5s that I'm using. They work really well. I'm not a huge fan of GoPro, but you know, as far as them as a company, but their cameras, you know, they really do a great job and produce some really high quality videos. So that is what I'm using for video. Now, audio was really something that kind of gave me a run for my money with setting this up. And at first I tried to use an external microphone that I had with an audio recorder, and that just did not work. It picked up way too much wind noise. So then what I did was I started using the Bluetooth from the Cardo Pack Talk Slim, and you know, it worked out well. I just did Bluetooth to my phone, and it worked okay, but it really just sounded like too walkie-talkie-ish for my liking. So I bit the bullet and went with the GoPro audio adapter for the Hero 5, and I didn't want to do that mainly because, first of all, it's a $50 adapter, and I don't know, I hate adapters and dongles and the whole business of selling you additional things to make what you bought function as it should have functioned to begin with. So a little bit of chip on my shoulder with that, but it just sucks because for the GoPro setup on the helmet, it's like this big hunk of plastic that just kind of gets in the way, and it's really difficult to hide, but I kind of had to go with it. So what I did was I didn't want to just attach to the outside of the helmet as a lot of people do, mainly because I like to be able to take the GoPro off the helmet and not have all of this extra production stuff, you know, just dangling there when I don't need it. So what I did was I took my Shoei RFSR that I have as a helmet now, and I modified it to the point where I have a funny feeling that people are going to start leaving comments saying that I destroyed my helmet, whatever. But motor vlogging is something that I do for my YouTube channel. It's a big part of what I'm doing, so I kind of had to make some modifications. So what I did was, originally I put the mic adapter on the inside, kind of like right where my mouth is, but it was really in the way, and it was kind of hitting my chin and just, I don't know, uncomfortable. So I decided to do some surgery on my helmet, and again, this is something that people are going to tell me I probably destroyed the crash ratings of my helmet, especially being a Snell helmet. You know, they go through all these ratings and stuff, but what I did was I carefully laid it out on the inside, and I went right to where kind of like off center to the middle of the helmet. And I decided, like, in a crash situation, yes, the chin bar is going to protect my face, but the chin bar is probably the least important structural component to saving my life and not scrambling my brains. So what I did was I cut out the styrofoam and kind of just cut a little pocket into it to accept that mic adapter, and then I took silicone and just completely covered the inside, and kind of just covered it right back up with the little leather covering that goes over top of it, and just buried it. There's a cable that comes out through the bottom of my helmet, but when I'm not using it, I can just tuck it to the side, take the GoPro off, and aside from having the little GoPro mount on the helmet that's 3M taped onto it, for all intents and purposes, you can't even tell that it's a motovlogging helmet. So I just took everything, tucked it all away, and that's what I'm using to record my audio now. And as much as I kind of crap on GoPro, it makes the audio sound a million times better, so it's kind of the route that I had to go. Now, I still use the Cardo Pack Talk Slim for Bluetooth and its communicator capability, but I just wanted to up my game as far as audio quality for the motovlogs, so that is what I did. Now, what I'm going to do is take my audio recorder and rig that up with an external microphone somewhere near the rear of the bike so I can get some actual audio, engine running audio of the bike, and use that as a backtrack, because right now I don't really have much anything that's usable for the the motorcycle sound. So I will do that in the future, and I will share with you how I rigged that up. Just haven't quite figured out how I intend on doing that yet, but I'll get there. Again, I just kind of wanted to do a quick update on how I set this motovlogging setup up. It's also kind of similar to the way that I use it when I'm in my truck as well. Just multiple camera angles with the GoPros, the mic setup, which in the truck I can actually use my audio recorder. It works out great because there's not all that wind noise and stuff you have to work around. So it works out good for that. So that is my vlogging camera setup for the most part. All of the items that I use for my motovlogging setup you can find in the link in the description down below. So if you are interested, you can kind of build out the same thing that I've built. So again, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. If this is your first time, please click that subscribe button for future videos, and remember, likes go a long way to help support the channel. And I will see you next time.